the most prolific criminal history. Prolific. Because in your, including juvenile court history.
What do you mean? How many?
How many cases? First of all, there are 50 filed cases. There were 50. Motion to revoke probation is what we're going to, which is what we're going to deal with first, and then whatever happens on this is what happens on this. But this first degree felony is that we'll take it up next.
Yeah, we're going to need a reset so that we can get those drug test results, Judge.
Where are they?
Yeah.
In the great scheme of things, do we know?
I don't know.
It's being tested. It's in the process.
Okay. What does that mean, do you think?
I don't
weeks, not
I
months.
could- Probably weeks. I would give it weeks.
Because it's got to be reviewed.
Yeah. You know, if they test it, they've still got a review process. They got to verify the results.
Committed the offense of illegal possession of a controlled substance. What is that? It's not listed. It is an abstract substance.
It
was under pseudonym.
Yeah.
What is it?
White rock crack cocaine.
That's number 17. I don't have any substance to go to 10. Verification form, community service. How are we doing from probation? Thank you, ma'am. He's been on probation with August 28th. From August 28th, when did he go into custody?
It was January 12th.
He's been in custody since the first of the year?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
And Judge, we previously filed a motion to set a bond. I understand in the straight probation, he's not entitled to a bond. The court at the time initially denied that. I'm just asking the court to consider revisiting that since we are going to have to reset this.
Here's why I object.
I know, don't.
Don't look at it.
Skip those 3 pages in there.
Right. But again, Judge, that hearing was 5 months ago. This is now May, we're going to reset and longer. So we'd ask the court to consider. I'm aware of that.
The first, the juvenile court history really doesn't matter to me unless
But it continues.
he gets transferred to adult status. Then you've got
And I don't know how Mr. Burbank talked into probation on the first place, but he did.
your age, sir.
38, sir.
I'm looking at, just for the purposes of the record, the most prolific criminal history. Prolific. Because in your, including juvenile court history, adult misdemeanor court history, and adult felony court history. How many cases were involved here in that? Do you know?
Sorry, Judge. I've been instructing him to answer any questions, but
But
what do you mean? How many?
How many cases? First of all, there are 50 filed cases. There were 50, and out of that number, many dispositions. Not the least of which are nine or 10 felony court dispositions, not including the misdemeanors. In addition to that, on the other criminal matters, which for the most part are Class C misdemeanors, 100 Class C misdemeanors, 100. So what jumps out at me is this is a far greater than normal criminal history that is generally dealt with, which reasonably, by reason, there is a propensity to make the wrong mistakes. I have you here on 2 probations, right? And
Just one.
whether there's
That's a different
and this is the new case, isn't it?
No, there's no new case. It hadn't been filed yet.
Theft.
Correct.
That's me, Judge. That's a different.
That's a different one. That's the next one he's got that's the next Mr. Gertz has coming up. That's not Mr. Dixon. Mr. Dixon only has one case pending right now on jeopardy.
Sorry. Okay, on, just from Mr. Dixon, not, what's this? Sabrina. On Mr. Dixon, I remember, I can't remember everything distinctly, but I do remember the prolific number of criminal matters. And actually, I mean, I'm very sensitive about the fact that many of these aren't dispositions, criminal dispositions. So you throw that out of the mix, but still a lot. And then we've got you on this 3rd-degree felony, and and it's how you deal with your problems that is the real test. Everybody makes mistakes. Some people make more than the normal number, but everybody makes mistakes. It's how you deal with it. And in here, in this case, this crime that you were placed on probation for, you didn't deal with it well. And then they're booking you in, and then for evading arrest, and then the crack rocks start falling out of your orifices, or your pants, your underwear, whatever it is. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's just compounding. When you're in a problem, fix it. You got to fix it, responsibly. And for whatever reason, you should have known that sooner or later they were going to get to the bottom of everything. There's 2. And I literally used the bottom here. They were going to get you for something more. And that compounds a fact situation, a circumstance of this particular offense. And so you plead guilty and promised really to me we'll never do this again. You know, I'm not going to get in any trouble. That's number one. And so it's alleged that less than 2 months later, you're committing an offense. Right? That's what it says, which disappoints me. But it's got to disappoint you because you're the one that's going to pay for this. I just don't know how to trust him. That's why I'm reluctant to get him in a position where he can be released under these set of circumstances when we're still waiting on some lab results.
Yeah, plus when you released him under conditions of probation, which would be similar to bond conditions, he couldn't make it 2 months. So, or he's arrested.
Anything else?
Yes, Judge.
Go ahead.
There are reasonable conditions under which you could place him in GPS.
There are reasonable conditions.
GPS home confinement, drug patch, and setting us significantly high enough bond to ensure the undertaking, which is what the law asks us to do. And
The law does say that it's not required under these circumstances.
but I'm asking the court because of
Let
length
me
of.
just say this. Another offense under this situation, committing another offense would be, what would be the term? Catastrophic for you. But it wasn't catastrophic enough during when you were put on probation to keep you from coming back in here. Presumption of innocence always being part of the equation.
We're just asking the court to consider that compared to the time that's gone by since this incident.
And is there any word at all from the lab about when this is expected to be done?
There won't be, Judge.
Is there a way we can hasten it?
I can try, Judge. I can't make any promises because we've got
What I'd like you to do
more than
is
one
try
county.
before I make, I'm not going to grant the relief yet.
Yes, sir.
Yet. Yeah, let's see what they say. They say it's a long time, then I'll read
May we read that
Okay.
and revisit it and say 3 weeks, Judge?
They ought to have an answer in 3 weeks. But at the end of the day, what are we doing with it?
Well, Judge, I don't know
What
what
are you
these
gonna
tests are going to say, Judge. I don't know what it's going to say. And I'm happy to presume that my client is innocent. So
I know that, but you have confidentiality with him. You know what the answer. He knows what the answer is. You know what the answer is. It's just whatever. But he knows what the answer is, and what needs to be done is you got to get out of this tailspin and fix this. You have family at home?
Yes, sir.
Do they depend upon you?
Yes, sir.
They're not getting help with you in jail.
No, sir.
Do you have children?
Yes, sir.
How many?
4.
What's the greatest gift you can give your child? What's the greatest gift?
Time.
A good example.
Okay, sir.
They're going to do just what you do. What I'm telling you that is don't expect them not to make the mistakes you're making because it's a natural phenomenon, the way our creator made things. The parent figures are directly influential to the children and they're growing up and they're shaping of their decision making. You're not making good decisions for your parent, are you?
You should.
You're supposed to be out there working, making a family, a unit. You're in jail. And they're going to, the kids are going to go, hey, Dad, it's good enough for Dad. The point is, you're not just hurting yourself. You got people who depend upon you. You're touching their lives directly, and you're not touching it in a good way.
which can be changed any moment if you wanted it. That's what's the shame. We'll see you back in 3 minutes. Thank you.